right? They want to be MC. I want to fill my father's shoes, right? Now, on December the 4th, my dad left us. He was with us for close to 10 years. This month would have been 10 years. And we crammed a lifetime into 10 years. These folks could tell you. We were in New Jersey last weekend. Some of the folks here were in New Jersey last weekend and see what we did and how we try to put it together. This week we're doing a little bit better. At least we're not as late as we was in New Jersey. So we did a little bit better this year because I know he's judging me a little bit. Now that he's up there with the Father, I know that's what he's doing. He's like, no, I got the opportunity to judge you. Boy, get yourself together. Something like that. So, without further ado, last week we did it, and we did it in New Jersey. We didn't start the program without putting God in it. No, I'm a God-fearing guy, right? I think God has given me what I need to speak, maybe a little bit on his behalf, but he gave somebody else a little bit more than I did. So, without further ado, let me just introduce this gentleman. This gentleman, my mom, birth mom, passed away a few years ago. Didn't know this gentleman from Adams. I called him and I told him what happened, and if he could do a memorial for my mom, right? Now, she wasn't buried, but she was cremated, but we did a service at the church that he pastors. He said, no problem. Didn't know me. He could have like, no, we're not doing that, but didn't know me. And I called him this week. I was supposed to call him at least a month ago. I called him this week and I asked him, hey, my dad died. Can you do something? And he showed up. He's like, brother, no question. Now I'm telling you, you can't get better blessings than that. You know, so without further ado, Pastor Reed, please.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm thankful to God for this opportunity, and I am honored to be here not to mourn, but to celebrate. And based on what I have seen and heard, it is a blessing that God has given to us in loaning Brother Winston to us for the period of time that we have known him. I think he was older than most of us here, and so when we came to know him, it was a blessing, and it pleased the Lord to take him. So at this time, before we go further into the program, I just want to go to the Lord in prayer. If you could just bow your heads with me. Oh, Heavenly Father, we thank you for this gathering. We thank you for this evening. We thank you for your love, your mercies to us. We thank you, dear Lord, that you love us so much that you have given, God, the opportunity for us to have enjoyed, Lord, your man, your child, Mr. Winston Williams. I want to just thank you, dear Lord, for this privilege that we can come together to celebrate his life. We thank you for the many memories that we have and we can share one with another. We ask, dear Lord, that even as this has happened, our God, that you will grant peace, grant comfort to those who are mourning, knowing, dear Lord God, that you knew this from before the foundation of the world, that the day would come when your son was born, and also the day would come when he depart this earth. We ask that you will grant strength, grant courage, grant your divine blessing and protection, Lord, as we continue to depend on you. We ask that this evening will be an evening where we reflect and we celebrate, Lord God, the wonderful memories of your son. I ask that you'll just be with us continually while we give you thanks, because we ask it in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Before I take my seat, I just wanted to say thank you for having me and for inviting me. This truly is a blessing to see how many folks are here celebrating the life of this gentleman. I want to share with you very briefly. It was John 14 in the Bible that says, "Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. And I will go to prepare a place for you, and I will come again to receive you unto myself." Mr. Williams is gone the road that all of us one day must go. It is important that we have a relationship with God. It's important that we know God for ourselves. Because when you're ready to go down that road, nobody, no matter how much they love you, will be willing to go with you. So you must go on your own. I like the fact that I've gone to the store, into the sports section, because I love stuff, and I realized something. I saw basketball, and the ball cost something like $25.99. And if I were to take that ball to the cash register, that's exactly what they would charge me for that ball, $25.99 plus tax. That ball in my hand is worth maybe $25.99 plus tax. That same ball, basketball, in Michael Jordan's hand is worth millions. All right. Then you've got another player, Barry Bonds, or one of those guys that play baseball. How much is a baseball at the store? Probably around $12.99, maybe less than that. In my hand, it's $12.99. But in the star's hand, that same ball is worth millions. Which other games out there? Football. In my hand, a football might be worth $35, depending on the material it's made of. But who do we know is a football star around here?
Messi.
Who?
Messi. Ronaldo. Messi.
In his hand, that ball is worth millions. The point I'm trying to make is this. It all depends on whose hand it's in. It's important that we put ourselves in the hand of God. I mean, in man, you might be worth whatever they think you're worth. But in God's hand, you're worth much. And it's important that we put our hand in the hand of the one who stills the water, in the hand of the one who calms the sea, in the hand of the one who loves us more than anyone else, so much that he gave his life for us. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, John 3:16, that whosoever believes in him will not perish, but have everlasting life. Amen. And so I'm saying that to say, put your hands in the hand of the one who really matters. God bless you all. Jesus.
Thank you. See, I know I didn't make a mistake. See, Pops, I told you. I'm going to follow what my dad says. Because my dad was also a God-fearing man. Hi, Sister Bev. How are you? All right. So, Sister Bev is from the church that Pastor Reed preaches. She helped me with my mom also. So, it wouldn't be right if I didn't reach out to them and let them help me put my dad away also. They put away my mom, my birth mom. I know they helped me to put away my dad, full circle. That's it. So we are going to go in the tributes, all right? this is a remembrance, not a memorial. I want it to be a remembrance. Reason being, it's kind of a celebration of life, right? Pops came from Jamaica to America, right? First place in America he stayed was in Florida. He didn't stay in Florida too long, and then he went to New Jersey. And most of his accomplishments, I would say, in America was in New Jersey. A lot of it. A lot of it. He used to let me know that, why, you see, when you call America, you know, for waste time, this is what you do. And I said, yes, Pops. So we're going to go in a tribute. I'm going to go to my neighbor first, Mr. Jerry Boland, right? Because on this block, right, they don't call him mayor, but I do. He is the mayor of Hammer Lane. And let nobody tell you different. Without further ado, Mr. Jerry Boland. And you could tell him, I could tell him, right? I came here when he was Mr. Jerry Boland. Now he is Dr. Jerry Boland.
What about? I'm not even certain if I'm saying that properly. Say that again. Okay. What I ain't saying.
Jerry, you gotta drop it. Wah.
Wah.
You gotta drop it. There you go.
Wah.
You can't drop it.
All right. That felt good. So that was the greeting that Winston would say to me each and every time I would see him. Whoever saw who first, that was the utterance that was said. And I would say it the way I've been saying it for you. What am I? That's just how I said it. So, but Floyd has nicknamed me the mayor of the block. I know why. Most people know who I am. I stayed in the streets with my son, so if you walked up the street, drove up and down the street, you had to get past me and my son, so pretty much I knew everybody. And then one day, my neighbor on the other side of me, Clinton, he says to me, Jerry, I think I just met your neighbor. Really? Well, where? He was down the street. Well, what are you doing down there? He said, I don't know. Well, where's his vehicle? I don't know. He said he just appeared out of the woods. It's like, what are you talking about? How did he just appear out of the woods? For some reason, Floyd was down behind Gerald's house. God knows doing what. Inspecting the land, looking for pigs. I had no idea. But he just appeared out of nowhere. And then the next thing, I saw his lovely wife. They moved in. And it has been a great neighbor. The neighbor before, and I have to say this, the neighbor before, I prayed him away. We didn't get along. But I prayed for Floyd as well as Clint, and God answered my prayers. I have the best neighbors. I used to tell my my co-workers, how much fun I have with my neighbors, and they would be so jealous. They'd say, what did your neighbors do this weekend? We would talk about it. We block parties. I mean, true, block parties. Everybody on the block. Yeah, good time. But then Winston moved in. And Winston took to me instantly. And he would come over, and when I was teleworking and I would sit outside, he would come over and talk to me. But we would talk for hours, just he and I. And I learned a lot from him. We shared a lot. He was a very accomplished individual, listening to him. Full of stories, laughter. I love to see when the family would get together and just look at the glow that Winston would have with all his family around, friends. all the parties that have been here. He would just cut a rug, and he would always come get me, Jerry, meet this person, meet that person. So I know a lot of people in this room because of Winston, the love that he had for you all. I can tell that by all the people here who have on white and denim jeans, because that was his favorite dress. As my wife would say, he often looked like Frankie Beverly. You can see, I think more of, what's the Wesley Snipes when he has his Kango turned on backwards. But Winston was a real good man. He would do anything for you. I entrusted Winston with my children. He would take them to school, pick them up, whatever I needed. He's about the only person on this block that I think has ever done that for me. So that meant a lot for me. Going to miss him. We'll miss the times that he and I spent together, just he and I talking. So we miss you, Winston. Love you. And I want to tell you that I think you have made Floyd a better man. I watched Floyd blossom into a beautiful soul. I didn't know him before he got on the block, but from what I've witnessed over the past 10 years, Floyd, you have definitely made Winston proud. All right? Love you.
All right. I say we're going to keep the program moving. The next person on my list for a tribute kind of tell me I can't call them yet, only because I don't think the drink has sunk in.
It has.
Oh, it has? Oh, okay. All right. You know it wasn't you, right? It was not you. But hey, that's all right. That is very all right. That is very all right. So what I'm going to do now is just to introduce a few persons in the house, right? Now, Auntie Elaine, can you come up here 1 second? This is Elaine Knight, right? There's a picture in the program of Auntie Enid, and this is Auntie Enid's sister. So this is family, Miss Elaine Knight, soon to be Dr. Elaine Knight, if she's not doctor already. See, I told you. Dr. Elaine Knight, right? And I'm going to introduce her lovely daughter, Camille Knight. Yes, Camille. Yes, you. This is Camille Knight right here, right? So the next person I'm going to call up to give a tribute, I know they are kind of suffering as much as I did because we lost Auntie Enid a week after Daddy. So it's been funeral after funeral after funeral. As a matter of fact, when she walked up the driveway, she said, "Mark, we were just coming from another funeral." So just kind of give us a round of applause for even standing up here and trying to be what we are. So thank you. All right. So next, I'm going to call Miss Angela Knight. And Miss Angela Knight, I want to tell you who Angela Knight is, first of all. Is one of Pop's rebel children. He didn't help to bring her, but together they were like two peas in a pod. So we're gonna put Angela Knight on the stand just to tell us what Mr. Winston Williams meant to her. Angela?
Hello, everybody. Hello. I am Winston Willie Dixie's niece, one of his elder nieces. Now, my first meeting of Uncle Winston was at Palisades Airport, and I we landed. It was my mum, my little brother, he was less than 2, and myself. We landed at Palisades Airport. And all I saw was this madman speaking patois. I didn't understand one word he did say, yes? And he drive fast, and I've never reached Kingston so quickly. All right? Anyway, after that, my uncle came to visit us every single day that we were there. He said to me, what do I want to take home when I was leaving? I thought, oh no, he's not going to understand the music I like. That was me and my uncle. We liked the same music, we liked the same clothes. We were 2 rebels in a pod. I don't have time to tell you about our Jamaica adventures because my aunt is sitting there, she's not going to approve, and she's going to say to me, oh, and did you and your uncle really do that? Yes, we did. So I'm not going to say what we actually did in Jamaica, but we was naughty. Okay? And we used to be up and down. And one of the tales I do have to tell is that my uncle, he used to drive there and I would have to drive back because he couldn't see. Okay? And that was me and Uncle Winston. And we got up to the most mischief, but I will tell one of the stories about Uncle Winston, which was that Uncle Winston sat at my mother's kitchen in Jamaica Retreat Heights. I was making some fritters. I made these fritters and the fritters were supposed to last for about 2 days. Anyway, I mixed up the ingredients, enough ingredients. Uncle Winston, I said, Uncle Winston, why are you watching me? He said, oh, I haven't seen so much ingredients going to saltfish fritters for a long time. But Uncle Winston, what are you talking about? He said to me, let me tell you something. You're lucky if you have salt, much less fish. Yes? And that's how we were. It was a comedy team. When my dad was around, it was even worse. Vasco Neville Knight. Now, just to give some accommodations to my aunts, and my mum, and my cousins, this has been a roller coaster 2 weeks for all the family. Last Friday, not Friday gone, but the Friday before, the 5th, we buried my aunt, my dad's sister. Now we are going to have to bury my uncle. This is surreal because the last time I saw my uncle, he still had his pot belly and he was fine. That was in Jamaica at my dad's funeral. Yeah? When we were in Jamaica, my uncle said to me, he sat next to me at the funeral, and he said, don't worry, I'm here for you. Yes? The next thing I knew, my uncle was ill. When I found him, I couldn't believe my uncle had deteriorated so fast. It was a rapid decline. But what he meant to us and all the family, Uncle Winston Dixie, and I used to call him Willie. Yes? We all loved him. He was the family go-to for information. Anything we needed to know. Oh boy, I have to go to Uncle Winston. And that's what we used to do. And all I can say is, I hope he sleeps and he rests well with Auntie Enid, my son, my dad, Uncle Chris, Auntie June, and many more. So Uncle Winston, Willie, Dixie, sleep in eternal peace, my lovely. Thank you.
All right. I told you that this was going to turn into a celebration, didn't I? I did say that. Said that. So for all the people who come in on the black people time when the lights start and everything, like, yes, you may talk to you. Hi, Erica. How are you? All right. Yeah, we're trying to do something here for my dad, man. You met him upstairs, so you know what I'm talking about. All right. Now, I don't think Stephanie's here, right? The other person on the list for a tribute is still not toasty enough. Let's say that. Can I say that? They're still not toasty enough. But now I'm going to call somebody. his speech might be a little bit longer than somebody else, or maybe shorter. I don't know. Depends on how it is. But I'm going to call on Mr. Wayne Walker. Let me introduce you to Wayne Walker. So, when Pops was in his decline, right, I never had to worry about anything like that, because I'm like, this man came here, he was all about his business and everything like that. I didn't have to worry about that. But when I saw that he couldn't remember, every now and again, he would kind of stutter his speech or something like that. And I know he was on a downward decline. One day it got so bad, I said, okay, Pops, we're going to go take care of some business. Because I don't know, for all of you who are here in America, please do not let your loved one pass away without saying what their business is. Or put somebody in charge, because if they don't put anybody in charge, you're going to be in problems. I could tell you that. When that day came, right, I went to the bank, and the notary at the bank said, I can't help you. I phoned up a notary, and the notary said, you know what? If you have something in writing, I could help you. Wayne Walker was one of the people who witnessed when my dad signed his business over to me to handle. If it had not been for that day, I don't know what I could have done today. So Wayne, I am forever in debt to you and Jerry, because those were the two people that helped me out so I could stand here today and do this. So Wayne, if you don't mind, please. Mr. Wayne Walker, everybody.
I told you I was going to do it. That's all right. Say what you feel. All right. Say what I feel.
Say what you feel.
Pops. Well, there's a Winston Williams. We call him Pops. Call him my general. Okay? But I know Pops like for around maybe 7 years. Yeah, because before COVID, and COVID were from 29. Pops is a guy that everybody reason with Pops, give you advice. If you're looking for someone to sorry for you, don't go to him with your advice, because Pops he's not gonna sugarcoat it. He's not gonna be on your side. He's gonna tell you what he believes. That's Pops. When I met Pops, we have so much fun. I think Marky should give everybody a glass, and he should have some white rum. That's Pop's favorite drink. And Pops say, you don't drink white rum with nothing but water. That's Pops, right? But we're a genuine guy, just like his son. We have so much fun with him. We go so much places. Sometimes, even by my house, we have cookout when Pops drink his white rum. I mean, and we're not, when you go to a funeral or, nobody ever say bad about the dead. Everybody say good about the dead. But we're not sugarcoated. We're not going to sugarcoat it. We're going to be just like Pops. When Pops drink the rum, sometime, Marky got to put Pops in the vehicle. Pops can't make it to the vehicle. Yeah, but the man live his life. He enjoys life. We have so much fun. So I'm going to say rest in peace, Pops. Yeah. Rest in peace. Yeah. All right.
All right. That's Wayne Walker. Now, I'm going to plug a little bit of advertisement in here. If you are ever in need of bathroom remodeling or anything like that, you call Wayne. I swear to you, he is God sent when it comes to that stuff. No doubt. No doubt. He is that good. Hi, Jerry. I hope the tile in your bathroom fall off the wall.
the hard would get up.
And the hard would get up off the all through your house.
That's for Maryland area.
All right. But that's all right. Well, we know, Randy, we know you're good to remember that. It's all right, man. Your time will come. All right. Without further ado, right? Because honestly, this live stream could go on all night, but we do have a limited time. And we want to make sure that we get everybody in as much as we can. Now, the next person I'm going to introduce, right, was my dad's right hand. He wasn't left-handed, he was right-handed. So if that's his right hand, that you know he has two right hands. Good for advice, business and otherwise, and everything like that. They are like me and my sister. So let me introduce Miss Joycelyn Knight. That's my father's right hand. He told me that from his own mouth. So I have no doubt in my mind, and based on his actions and their actions, I could tell you that's what it is. So without further ado, Auntie Joyce. I'm not going to give it to you yet. You're going to stand up right here and I'm going to hug you and give you a kiss and let you know that I love you without words can say, because you took care of my dad when nobody else did. You gave him advice that saved him. And I respect that so much. And Auntie Joyce, out of all the family members, she is the only one that's left. My dad is the youngest. She's not the oldest, but she's the only one that's left. So if we can't cherish her, I don't know what can you cherish if you can't cherish her. Remember Pastor Reed says, the ball in my hand is worth 25 cents. The ball in her hand has no value. The value, you can't pay for it. So Auntie Joyce.
Thank you, Mark. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I need not introduce myself. My name is Joycelyn Knight, and Angela is my daughter. She's who proposed to us in memory. As my nephew has said, I am the only surviving sibling of 9. I am much older than Winston, but at the same time, age has nothing to do with value or anything that goes in time, because my nephew introduced me as Winston's right-hand man or woman, man. But I would stand here and say he was my right-hand man. So I wonder which of us is right. Now, it is very difficult to go through, and time will not permit me to talk about how I felt, and is still feeling about my brother's passing, because it was so rapid, as Mark and Angela said, and it is so devastating to have had two of the people you love the most standing in this world to pass away 6 days apart. I don't wish it on anyone. But what I am pleased about is the unity among the family that is actually keeping us together. And I will stand here today and say, my brother was instrumental in instilling that sort of unity that is carried on. I pray God will help us that we stand united throughout and finish what we have started. I will not prolong this tribute, and it's not really a tribute, really. But all I have to say at this time is the pleasure I feel seeing Mark and all his siblings working together to put away my dear brother in this fashion. I thank you all for coming. It is not easy, but we'll plod through it. God bless you all. Have a good evening.
All right. Thank you all. Now, it's getting to the part of the program where you need to make some speeches for the people who don't know, right? Most of you here know who Pops is. I don't have to reintroduce him or anything like that, right? But I'm up here standing right now because Pops, I call him Daddy. The last name I give him was Potty. I don't know why, but I just give him name Potty, right? Because we would sit upstairs. You know what? Let's do this. I did the memorial at the house for a reason, right? While I told you his journey through adulthood and everything like that, he's from Jamaica. He was a police officer in Jamaica. Started out as a constable, then he retired as a sergeant. So he went up the ranks, right? Angela told you, even though he went up the ranks, he was rebel in mind, you know? He was just one of those guys that he would kind of, he understand where you were coming from, right? Even though he was a sergeant, he could have went down there with the constable and let the constable like, look, I was there, I know what it is. I know when you have a gun and somebody disrespect you or you feel, you understand? But that don't give you the right for you to hit him in his head with the gun. It doesn't, right? That's the kind of sergeant that he was. Had he not retired, I guarantee you, he probably would have made commissioner. That's how good he was, right? For whatever reason, that was the end of his journey as a police officer. And then he came to America, right? Can you imagine sergeant in the police force and came up here and wondering what your next move is going to be? And he faced that, right? Came up here, started, and then he started his own business in New Jersey, right? I would like to tell you the amount of money we tell me same what. Unbelievable. Right? Top of the mountain, all the way down. Came to New Jersey. When he came here, I could tell you that he wasn't the same person that he was in New Jersey. He was broken, but his spirit wasn't broken. And with the help of me and my wife and his kids and everybody rallying around him, he just made the best of it, right? And all the people here they would never know that story if I don't tell it. But he would want me to, because he's that type of guy. Because you don't get from the bottom of the hill to the top of the mountain without some pitfalls. And he had pitfalls. He had pitfalls. So, not going to bore you with that story or anything. Throughout the night, you might hear some more. I have my DJ who's going to do a little tribute to Pops and everything like that. But I'm going to call the next tribute maker I'm going to call is Mrs. Winston Clark and Mr. Robert Clark. Winston Clark is Daddy's daughter. And Robert Clark is who he teach to plant the garden. So you see, if next month or next year, me not have no callaloo, there's going to be a problem. I can tell you that. He didn't give me that knowledge. He gave it to him. So Miss Winston Clark and Robert Clark, whatever you feel.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you guys for coming out to celebrate life, for my dad. I would say 95% of the people in the room know him well. And I mean, growing up with him, my dad was the kind of dad where we were the best kids on the block. When I say the best kids, the most behaved kids, the kids that don't go to other people's yard and, do anybody that grew up in the island would know. We were one of the kids that once we outside and we hear the car come in, we say, car! And we run in the house and we put, ourselves in order. And my daddy come in and him say, I know what I do now. I know what I do. Because we don't look too wagwan. And you want everybody still. Now, I was the child who, I'm scared of getting a whipping. So guess what? I took off running. My brother Mark here, that, he's the first one. He said, "May I take my licking up?" He said, "Well, and he was a very disciplinarian. He disciplined us. But when me and my brother talk, and I said, "Marky, you know what? Wonder if we did live one different life, how we would be." And he said, "You know what, man? So we would be no different. We listen. The life we have. This is what we're supposed to have," because he teach so much. He taught us so much. The values, the work ethics, the everything he put in us. I mean, it's just amazing of how we can handle ourselves. Before we even came to America, we're here, and on like a Sunday evening, we'll go on if my brother want to testify about this, we'll go on the lawn, lay down on the lawn and look up in the sky, and we'll see the plane going by, and we say, "Hey, we won't come a foreign, come take us." And it was so amazing because we know what we wanted, and we planned what we wanted, and once we came to America, we said, "Listen, we're going to make it." And we tell each other, we're going to make it. Hell or high water, we're going to make it. And we're here now. And I'm telling you, it's the best thing. Right now, me and my husband, we're raising our grandson. And I'm telling you, my dad, when I tell him, I said, "Daddy, he said, listen, instill. What I instill in you, instill it in him. And I know he'll be the best young man ever." And Daddy, I miss you. I talk to him every day. I mean, I talk to him every day. I'll call him in the morning, "Hey, you eat?" In the afternoon, "Hey, I just talk to him," and not having him to talk to every day. And I call his phone and I said, "Daddy, what one?" He said, "My day, I'll look." And I said, "Keep on looking." He said, "Yeah, man, go keep looking, baby girl, man, go keep looking." So having him as a dad is when I tell you, I know everybody have a dad, but my dad was 1 in a million. 1 in a million. Now I'm going to let my husband say something because we know him looking for me.
No. I'm happy to let you talk about your dad. I've done it last week. I gave tribute. But what I can recall is that 20 years ago, my dad died, and then my mom passed 9 years ago. And it was very hard for me in terms of losing 2 parents. So somehow I'm grateful for God's favor, because somehow he pointed me to Winston, and I get to meet Daddy, who I call Daddy, and what really touches me was that he has invested a lot of into me. He had placed a lot as he was trying to rebuild me country boy. You know? Yeah, so yes, because I was really like a mom's son, you know, so basically, you know, he taught me the other side, you know, and now I'm looking at it and realize that, you know, God fills the vacancy. When you don't think that vacancy will be filled, God fills it. And honestly, when my wife told him that I was going to go to nursing school, he told her, yeah, that's very good. Yeah, because he saw how hard I work as a CNA. And what I can realize, I became a nurse early last year. And I didn't know that, as I said, God had it again. I didn't know that God was preparing me, that I would become his nurse in the latter part of his, his life. I mean, that's a great honor, you know, for him to really welcome me in his family, in his heart. And then at last, he said, okay, like, you know, take care of me. You know what I mean? That's a great honor for a father. And I really love Daddy. And I appreciate the Williams. Thank you very much.
All right. All right. I know you guys are socializing, and it's good, but the program is actually not done yet, right? We had a little live stream issue. I think the live stream is back up and running, right? So if everyone could kind of gather around again, so we could get just a little bit of order, right? I see Squatty now back. You're taller than everybody else. Are you Shaquille O'Neal? You look kind of tall back there, bro. All right. So let me just get a thumbs up from the live stream lady to make sure that we're back up and running. So anyone out in the back, Mr. Courtney Peck, and what's his name, Ricky, and them, just pay attention to the front just a little bit. I'm gonna call everybody out, just to make sure. All right, we're at this section in the program. I think the last person we have was Mr. Winston Clark and Mr. Robert Clark. Those are the people we have. Good job, by the way, sis.
All right.
See, we don't change our name to Auntie Joyce and Winston. Yeah, we don't change the name to Auntie Joyce and Winston.
Yeah.
However, right, this journey is not just here. Believe me, I told you that Pops left Jamaica, he came to Florida, then he went to New Jersey, made his way to New Jersey, came to Maryland, and now we're doing Maryland. But they're preparing in Jamaica for him. I have a brother in Jamaica that has been doing all the groundwork in Jamaica, and his wife thus far. I need to tell Jefferson, brother, thank you very much. I know he's watching the live, but he sent his representative,
Yes.
which is his two daughters. I gotta let them come up and just say hi to their dad, because he dig the grave, he paint everything, he received the body, he did everything. So it wouldn't be right if I don't say what's up to Jefferson. So this is his two beautiful daughters right here. She's kind of nervous. She's like, Uncle, how you do it? Just say it from the heart, right?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Alicia. This is Amelia. We're Williams. So I was just there. I just came back from Jamaica Tuesday, so I was there for the grave digging ceremony. It was such a beautiful thing. A lot of people came out for that as well. He has soldiers in Jamaica. All his police force buddies, they came out. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. Grandpa, he was always so jovial and full of jokes. And I just have one little story about him. Whenever he came, either we came to see him or he came to see us. Whenever he was leaving, he was always like, here, pushing a $5, $10. And then we were always happy. We were like, yes. So that's one of the memories I have about him. Yeah. So thank you everybody for coming. Thank you.
Say what? Oh, hold on. I have something better. You know, Jerry come up here and him say, "What up, man?"
Wagwan.
Hey! There you go. That's my nieces right there. Wagwan. All right. Journey didn't stop. We are still on the journey. We did Jersey last week, right? Hey, Jason Frost, the mic got dead, brother. I don't even like this mic, you know, brother. The truth, man, I tell you. Thank you very much. All right, there you go. All right. So we had some people in New Jersey that are here representing today, right? I promise you, this program is really a celebration of life. I can tell you that, right? We're not done yet. We'll try put on with court, who now on them court. We're at the end of it. We'll try to go out there for a second. And we're going to do a candlelight visual that is going to be beautiful too, right? But it's not time for that yet, right? Now, David Palachi, where David Palachi then? Is he about? Or did he have too much rum punch? Ah, he's by the bar. He's the bar tough, not the bartender. He's a bar tough, right? So let me tell you a little bit about David. David came here some years ago, right? And landed under the wings of St. Winston Williams, right? When he landed under the wings of Winston Williams, right? Winston Williams take him on as a son. Just like he would have treated me, he treated David just the same way. Because he told David, I saw something in you that you didn't see in yourself. Remember the basketball? In a this month, and it worth $25. In a this month, and it worth 85 million. That's David Palachi right there. So David, without further ado, brother. Yeah, man. Come up and say something, man.
Good evening, jungle people. First of all, give thanks to Daddy. But before we say that, it's Palachi. Come up here with me. Can you see this little me I call up here? When Daddy see her, you know, Daddy said, "Yeah, go marry the woman there, you know. I feel you woman that, you know." Yes, man. And Daddy will love her. And she loved Daddy will. But before we get into it, now make you say 2 words about Daddy will.
Come on, baby. Say something about your father.
Listen, she's shy. But me not shy. We tell it like how it is. Yes, man. Let me tell you about Daddy. See, Daddy, yeah, me I look by you, you know. And I'm very proud of me, you know. Let me tell you something. My daddy, when me come here, he take me up on 9 wings. And this man, no know me from Adam, is have a business. Most Jamaicans know when they get a little trip, and you know, decide to go back home, you decide to stay. But Daddy will take me up on 9 wings. And after a while, he start put cuts on check give me. Government finance me now pay that. You know Uncle Sam love money. Uncle Sam love money. He say, wait, how would this you chat? He look like him don't love money like me. Why now file? So he give Daddy a 1 letter and say, here one. The youth now file no tax couple. Who is him? Is he straight or lean? Daddy look for me and he said, boy, I'm not going to let you go. Never hold on for me. You hold on for me tight. A lot of people would not start a business, know you from Adam, from nowhere. When the government threatened you, decide to fine for $1,000 plus 10 year imprisonment. A lot of people now will know myself, listen,
have to leave.
I have to let you go, you know, cause a long time I fight with this business, I'm not gonna let it go. But anyway, say, hurry up and take care of yourself. Do I need to say anymore? Some of you hurry up and take care of myself. But I say this and say that Daddy is a good man. He decided to groom us in the way he wanted to groom us. As he started the construction business, one of the man teach me. He said, son, first time I go up on a 2-story building, but I lay there, you know, with shingle on my shoulder. He said, may I go up in there? When I time I reach half I look down, I shake. Like a wind blower. He said, no. He said, don't look down. Anywhere me put my foot and my hand, you follow me. Because me not lead you astray, me not lead you wrong. Before the day done, me like a screw it up and down the leather. Not even forget to me I go up and hide. But to say that, you know, I continue in the field of construction with Daddy. Sometimes I do work on me, I'm one frustrated real bad. Sometimes he said, and come at me real. And Daddy said, Chuck, listen man, you have to do this and you have to do that. Can't listen. I see something in you that you will do yourself and me, I will pull that out of you. And he definitely did that. And in many fields, a lot of contractors or whatever the case is would like you to stay with them. The first thing that he said, you got to learn this trade and you got to go on your own. You do not come here to stay with me. I want to teach you. After a while, things kind of get slow. I branch out and I said, Daddy, some work I'll find out. I'm going to take up a 4-month ship. Boy, they teach you, boy, good. They become a 4-man. When we go with this company, say, you can get some guys. I have to put my chest up on. I say, all right. I get 4 guys with me, you know. I branch out and I have to say, thank Daddy for what he teach me over the years and what I've learned from him. Whenever we even go on a site, I'm by his shoulder, side to side. When the other guy's back, I'm the only one up front with him. A lot of people ask me, do you go to school for this? Do you do it? I said, no, my father teach me that. They look at me puzzled like you didn't go to school. Nope. Once Daddy instilled something into you, once you're willing to learn, it's here. There is no going back. And to that I could say, and he looking down and smiling and say, you make me proud. I love your son. Yes. So that is my father. My birth father, as I love him, but Daddy is my daddy. When I walked on the high and the pastor asked, with this beautiful young lady next to me, he said, I am the one that gave my son away to this woman. So I just want to say, he lived a wonderful life. And wherever his destination may be, we shall know. He's in heaven. Because first of all, when I got the news and I came down from Jersey, when I went to the hospital, I said, I went there with a heavy heart. I was going to cry to see my pops. But once I walked in that room, I looked at him. I said, my daddy's at peace. My heart felt right where it belonged to be. Because, you know, he had peace and he was in a better place. Love your pops.
necessary in things like this. This is not even the sad part of the program. You do not see the casket going down in the grave yet, right? She was here when he was in the hospital, and she couldn't hold back her tears. I know. Because just as David said, he saw something in David and saw something in her that just knew that they were going to be together. So Katrina, I know, baby. Say, what's up, Daddy Will? Say. She called him Daddy Will. Daddy Will. She's from Trinidad, just in case you didn't know. She's from Trinidad. Hi, baby. So that was Patrina Palachi and David Palachi. They have a son named Davin Palachi. Ron left everybody like Usain Bolt. I guarantee that boy is going to beat Usain Bolt record. And I'm on the live and I said it. Just so you know.
I co-signed to it.
All right. See? That's my sister back there saying. Okay. So now we're going to bring up one of Pop's student. Real good student. I don't know, should I call her a good student or a bad student? But it's a student nevertheless, right? So she has two parts in this program. She has this part to give her own tribute, and then later on, she have a part. Now, hold on. Before you come up, Monique, wait. This is just the tribute part, right? Pops was a party animal. Just let me tell you that, right? We have the live stream from 4 to 8, but by no means, Pops wouldn't have it in at 8 o'clock. That's only for the faint of hearts. I can tell you that. I swear to you, right? But for right now, for formalities, let's bring up Miss Monique Mendez Williams. That is Pops. Hold on, she write a speech.
Well, I wouldn't say I wrote a speech because I didn't really know I was speaking today. I thought I was just speaking in Jamaica. So I'm just going to say what I wrote and then we're going to go with it. I am Mark Floyd. I call him Floyd Money. Gregory, sometimes, depending on the situation. That is my father. So Winston was my grandfather. So just bear with me. When Daddy said that I was his student, a little further into what I'm saying, you'll see why. So Winston Williams was my grandfather. Most of the time, I call him Grandpa. But as I got older, I would just call him Bestie, because that's just what he was to me. He was one of my best friends. Even though we didn't see each other every day, he was definitely one of the people I could call if I was in a rut, if I was feeling depressed, if I was sad, happy, no matter what. I'm pretty sure he knows some secrets that I don't even remember, if we're being honest. Like I said, I recently moved to Texas. I went to school in Texas. So I was usually back and forth between here, my mom's house, and Texas. So anytime I would come to the house, our routine never really changed. I would come by on the weekends, walk in. I would say, hey, Grandpa. Hey, Bestie. You know, whichever one we were feeling. And then from the couch, if you've been upstairs, kind of in the corner, sometimes he's in there when you walk in, he would say, hey, Momo, like drawn out like that. I'm like, all right, we're on the same roll. And then, exactly. And then once I would get settled, put my stuff upstairs, we had a it's 5 o'clock somewhere attitude.
Hell yeah.
So we would catch up like old friends over a beverage. I know most of you have something in your cup. I do. So, you know, it's fine. So normally I would gossip, complain about work, because, you know, I'm transitioning into adulthood. or at least trying. So I would complain about work and life, and he'd just listen, or he'd give me the advice I did not want to hear. As you know, he would do that. Someone's getting a phone call.
If that's not
But, most of you know, he was very good at telling you what you didn't necessarily want to hear, but you needed to hear. Then, once everyone was home and we were settled, we'd go on to dinner. And that's when most of our family conversations would end in debates. Now, if you have not been here for our debates, it sounded like a whole bunch of people arguing on stuff on a topic we probably didn't even start on, to be honest. But to us, it started off as someone usually made a point, and then Grandpa, or the human encyclopedia, yes, would look up from his food or his beverage and say, "You don't know nothing about insert topic here." And so it begins. Grandpa versus anyone and everyone. And I'm pretty sure at one point we had a gavel, like we were in court.
We still do.
We still do. So.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Don't mind me.
Needless to say, after all of our conversations and debates, one of the biggest lessons I learned from my grandfather, other than how to handle my liquor,
Best lesson.
it was to always be yourself and never be afraid to stand on your values and principles, even if that means you stand alone. At times, we've all been afraid to do that, to go against the grain, face the world alone. I know everybody has felt that.
Yeah.
It can be scary. In a world full of big egos and fake love everywhere, sometimes you really just try to fit in because you don't want to be the person to stand alone. But I think at sometimes losing yourself can be scarier. When I wrote this, I actually put alone in quotes because after observing my grandfather before, but especially after he got sick, I realized that never changing himself gave him one of the greatest gifts a person could have. And that was genuine love and friendship from the people who accepted and appreciated him as he was. The amount of people that we've connected with, through this unfortunate journey has been amazing. From the calls, the texts, the stopping over, and everything. We really do, as a family, appreciate every single one of you here, every single one of you watching. We need it. I'm not gonna lie, we do. Even though sometimes it doesn't seem like it, we do. I don't think there was ever a moment that my grandfather was truly alone. He calls, texts. Once he was in the hospital, I'm pretty sure at a time we had to turn his phone off because it kept going off, and unfortunately he couldn't really answer it all the time, and he lost his memory a little bit. But he once he saw your face, he knew who you were. But to kind of wrap things up, looking around, I am truly blessed to see what my grandfather built, from my aunt to my father to everyone watching. He built an empire, a family, and it's amazing to be a part of. One resilient, strong-willed man that wasn't changing for anything or anyone made an impact on every single person in this room. And I think myself, and everyone also in this room aspire to have a legacy like that. So I do thank you guys. Thank you for coming. Party hard. He would want that. He wouldn't want you crying in the corner. But, it's okay to shed some tears. I probably will eventually. But I thank you all for being here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. All right. Auntie, how are we doing?
You're doing very well.
All right,
Very well
good.
indeed.
Good. You can't leave yet.
Oh.
All right? No, you can't leave yet. And Sharnette, you're going to join us right here. Now we're getting towards the end, right? Towards the end of the tributes and everything like that, right? But the party, as Monique said, has not stopped. Daddy would not have that. That's just not the person he was. See, I'm surprised Camille didn't tell the story about Jamaica and the wedding and the Ray and nephew and everything like that. I'm surprised she didn't. But that's okay. That's okay. She's saving that for another time. All right? So what we're going to do right now, right? Monique, you come right here.
Okay.
I choose her because she's our avid reader. She is. She for some reason, she interprets my words and it just makes sense, and that's all right, right? Sharnette is right here, and Sharnette was here. I'm going to tell this story because it needs to be told, right? 9 years ago, 10 years this month, when I said to her, I said, Sharnette, you know what? My dad needs to come to be with us, right? She met him at our wedding and everything like that. When I said that to her, she didn't even question. She said, absolutely. No hesitation, not even a little bit. Maybe it was because she figured he was a good cook and he would just cook for us. Maybe that's what it was. So she like, damn, win-win for me, you know? Maybe that's what it was. I don't know what it was, but she did not hesitate, not even one bit. Honestly, I could tell you that he treat her better than I did. He did. If him and I were having a disagreement, they would never have a disagreement. They would have a disagreement behind my back. So I would never know, right? And when him and I would talk, it's like, man, listen to her, man. She know what she talk about. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. The woman is always right. Really? Really, Randy? Pastor, the woman's always right? Okay. You know what? If he said it because his age or whatever, or maybe it's just because he knew what was up, that's all right. So look, these are my two favorite ladies, right? This is my wife, and this is my daughter right here. She gives me advice. She set me straight right here. So, without further ado, what do you want to say, Sharnette? You want to say something about Daddy? Not yet? Okay. All right. So, you remember this?
Yeah, I'm just going to instead of that.
No.
Or say all of it?
No, you could say all of it.
Okay.
Reason being, right? This was inspired by Pops, in my opinion, because I couldn't have put this thing together, right? I let Monique read it. She read part of it in New Jersey, and then she have a Maryland part. Not to give the thing away like the Kardashians or anything like that, but we're just gonna hold the other part just in case there's another part. But Mo, if you could do the part, do from New Jersey and then go through Maryland.
It's like I was just up here. I didn't get to go down. Okay. Alrighty.
And it reads.
And it reads, my life and final journey, I would say through the eyes of Winston Williams, or someone's popular.
That's Jesus.
Okay. So it says,
Sorry, Jesus.
hi, friends and family. As you all know, I've started to make my journey to the other side. I left you all on 12/4/2023. It's a little sooner than I expected, but who am I to determine when I go? On 2/20/1948, when I arrived here, I'm not sure if I was the one who decided that journey either. I just remember seeing a light, hearing some people talking. I took a breath and I was here. I stayed on that crazy life roller coaster for 75 plus years. At first, it was a little confusing because I could not do what I saw other people around me doing. They seemed to be moving from place to place without any problem, but I was lying on my back waiting for someone to move me. Dang, Jesus really is calling.
Yeah.
But it says, but as time passed by, I figured out how to get around just as well as they did. For you, the living, that's just what life's about. Figuring stuff out. For some of you, the quicker the better. For others, not so much. Remember, life is about the journey, not the destination. Everybody go write that in their notes app right now. Okay. So, for all of you in Jersey, if you're watching, if you're here, my friends, family, and acquaintances, I enjoyed every minute of your company. You have taught me a lot, and I hope I have taught you some things too. For my ex-Police Association New Jersey chapter, what a ride. But as you know, everything must come to an end. For my Connecticut, Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, and Florida chapters, brothers and sisters, I love you all and enjoyed every time we got together, or every moment we got together. I hope we can do it again someday. For Maryland, I came to you all in February of 2014, and you all welcomed me with open arms. I did my calculations, and that is just 9 short years. How could we have so much fun in such a short time? From the parties at the Gaza, Wayne's house, Winston's house, Uton's house, Sandy Point, well, this house too, because there has been some festivities I personally was not a part of, but heard about. But Sandy Point, the wine festival, and anywhere else the gatherings were, you guys made me feel at home. Most of you refer me to Pops, some as Daddy. You are all my children, and I love you all. Just remember my reasoning. Believe in something or fall for anything. See you all someday again. Please don't rush. I'm still checking out the place.
That was words inspired by Pops. I let her read it because I think she does it a little better than I did. All right, Shernay, you ready?
You got it. So I am not as...
Yes. Speak in the mic, please.
It's okay. Give her a moment. Give her a moment. You got it.
We here.
There's so much I can say about Winston Williams, who, to me, he is not a father-in-law. He is my father. He is someone that I can always depend on for advice, for you name it, he's always there for me. One of the things I'm going to miss the most is our father-daughter dates. We would get up and we would go out and we would have...
Take your time.
Take your time, baby. Take your time.
It just may be a walk. I remember one of the days our dates was to the National Aquarium in Baltimore. And just going around, he knew more than what they had posted in the aquarium.
You can't tell him nothing.
So,
all right.
I bought him a cup for his tea, and that cup reads, "I don't need Google. My dad knows everything," which everything you asked, he had the answer to it. When it came on to changing jobs, he would ask me questions. "How do you feel about this one now?" So, well, Dad, it will be just, is it going to challenge you? Is it going to put you above where you are right now? Is it going to make you feel like it's worth doing? And if I say no, he's like, leave that one alone. And when I go back again, okay, this opportunity came, this one, and he asked the same questions. And it will be, okay, I feel like this one, I'm going to go a level up. And I'm going to learn more. I'm going to, he's like, then don't think about it. Go for it. So there was not a day that I needed him that he wasn't there. I did not plan on coming up here to speak because for me, there's a candlelight outside and that was my tribute to him. And I'm gonna ask everyone to join us out in the driveway. There are candles and we're just gonna do a candlelight with a specific song that I hope everyone listens to the words of the song. That will be him telling us what he's doing now. And that's my words to my father. And thank you all so much for coming here and just celebrating with us and showing us all the love. We truly appreciate it. Thank you.
There you go. All right. Jason Frost, keep it going. You've got nice. Sing, please. Let's go now. Jason, let's go now. Yes? Y'all know the chorus. Really like to ask.
Hold on. There's something that needs to be said. So, take the mic before we get a little sidetracked.
I would just like to thank David and Katrina. We were snowed in New Jersey last week. There were 9 of us, yes? In a really small place. And they actually accommodated us. Katrina, where you going? Katrina? Okay? And they accommodated us. And I thank you because it was a very difficult day. And you were there for us. Thank you, David, and thank you, Katrina. We love you. Okay?
And so said all of us.
All right.
Hang on.
Go ahead, Jason.
Jason.
Yeah. From top. I know y'all know this one. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause it's gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be alright. You know the professional, right? Pops gave me that trip. He made me the look at right here. That look like you or look like me? No, just look at it. Look at me. Okay. So what we're going to try to do, right? So we could get into the festivities, right? Because the food and everything like that. We are going to try to do the tribute. And we still have time? Yeah, still have time. So as you walked in, there was some candles out there. What we're going to do is light the candles, and as you light a candle, if you have your jacket on, you light the candle and just put it in the driveway. The last part of the live stream is to capture that part.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, when you just grab your candle and wait for Shirley's instruction to light them, please, because I don't want to get in trouble. Thank you.
All right, good. She's kind of, give her a minute? All right, we'll try to give her a minute. So for those who have your coats, grab your coats. I'm going to come out there and I'm going to try to make sure that we get the candles lit and everything. And listen, this is honestly, we want to capture the moment because the moment is so critical, right? My sister, Winston, is a solid proponent of capturing the moment, right? She told me today, she said, look, when I die, if I die before you, my casket should be covered in my pictures. So it's a custom casket. So you know what that means. Right? So if you have a coat, grab your coat. We're going to go out there. It's going to be a little bit chilly, but we're going to try it anyway. Okay?
Your voice of Jah today in your prayer, and accept your thanksgiving. Father, we thank you for all that you've done and for what you're doing. The Lord is our shepherd and shall not want. Maketh me to lie in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. He restored my soul. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Rivers still seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes a lover though you're glad. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Rivers still seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes a lover though you're glad. Little children love you well. Love all the wondrous tales you tell. Love to watch you going through in the times of heaven.
Yep.
Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still you seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes loving though you're glad. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still you seem. Oh, Father, Lord, to Zion. Your voice of Jah today in your prayer. And accept your thanksgiving. Father, we thank you for all that you've done and for what you're doing now. Lord is our shepherd and shall not want. Make it me to lie in green pastures. Leadeth me beside still waters. He restored my soul. He restored my soul. Splashing, dashing,
Wrong side, wrong side. Where's the first one?
There you go.
Not back that side.
What's that one?
Sorry. Baby. Cool is. Good, brother?
Yes, Mom. Oh, you forgot to tell
Yeah, love.
No, Mom.
Start, brother. Oh, you see?
Then if you have a lighter, you can start.
Thanks, man. We know that.
Oh, so you can do?
Jason, hold on. Don't start playing yet.
All right, people, make sure the week is up. Get the week up.
Straight up the week.
Clean it up. There you go. There you go.
Okay. I think we get a candle.
So there's candles right here on the table. If everyone could take one, there will be 75 candles.
Bring it up, bring it up.
And they all represent.
You wait.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. What are we doing?
So everyone could grab a candle. Monique, his grandchildren, Monique, Anissa, and Boom Boom will walk around and light each candle. If you have a lighter, you're welcome to start lighting your candle.
You have a lighter?
No, I ain't got it on me. How you know I need it?
Everyone, you don't need
Fire. Good sign.
That's not gonna work. Who else need light? Who else need light? Who else need light?
Oh, you do?
I thought you got it.
Don't act like you tried to
All right, Marky, can we get 2 lines?
2 lines?
Yes.
Okay.
All
right.
Turn it. Come on, turn it. We want to turn it to you.
Grab him back. Okay, guys, they want 2 lines going down driveway. Come on.
Just set it right here. Just set next time right here. We want here.
What about this line?
Perfect.
Everybody have?
All right, who else? Everybody grab your candles.
They want 2 lines. They want 2 lines.
Daddy, 2 lines, 2 lines. Right over there. Daddy, right there. Right there, right there. Who else? Anybody else? All right, you guys good? You guys good?
And I'm trying to get this real fast.
All right. Jerry, you ain't got no candle? All right. I count. You stand right here. Right there. All right. Evie. All right. Who else? Quinn. Where's your candle, Quinn?
So I hope by now everyone has a candle. I am I'm so sorry. I know it's very cold and I'm trying to do it real fast. I hope by now everyone has a candle that's lit.
No. I gotta be right here.
You gotta be right there? Okay.
Because I want to be right Daddy Pat, when Daddy passed, he was 75 years old. Today we have 75 candles. I know all won't get lit tonight. But this was representing his age, right? And this is where he lived. So I want him to know that he's always welcome to come home and go as he pleases. With that said, everyone that light their candle, Jason is going to play a song. And to me, that song is telling us, if you listen, what Daddy is saying back to us right now, because I know we're all crying and we're all going through a lot. So with that, Jason.
Here I am, looking down on you from heaven. It's so peaceful, it's so free, like you pray. It is warm, it's so bright and so beautiful. All my fears and my pain have gone away. 'Cause here in heaven all of this is done. But I know we'll meet someday. But now please go and spread your wings and seize the day. I'm okay, 'cause I'm dancing in the sky. Each day I'm singing in the angels' choir. I hope that you go and live your life. Never give up, one day we will reunite. The sun shines so bright here in heaven.
Place your candles on the ground in front of you.
I'm at peace, I'm happy and free. And someday we will walk these clouds together. But first you must go and see the world for me. 'Cause here in heaven, oh, I miss you so. But I know we'll meet someday. But now please go and spread your wings and seize the day. I'm okay, 'cause I'm dancing in the sky. Each day I'm singing in the angels' choir. I hope that you go and live your life. Never give up, one day we will reunite.
I want to thank you all again for coming, for being here with us. I know, Daddy, I chose this song because I know that's what he's telling us right now. He's that person that's always saying, party on. There's a few years ago he said, if I should pass, don't shed no tear. Because I've lived my life. So I know he's up there right now telling somebody that look, no do that someone and a sight figure. So I'm gonna tell you all, he loved each and every one of us. Thank you all so much for being here with us.
And Daddy would say, shut your mouth, you chat too much.
I know it's cold, but I'm so sorry. Yeah. Oh, we can all go down. Time to eat. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah.